Have you ever found yourself feeling, well, a little like an observer in your own life? Like maybe you landed on Earth from somewhere else.
Mm.
Maybe you feel just slightly out of sync with, mainstream society, always questioning the default settings, seeing things from a unique
Yeah,
angle.
that feeling of being an outsider looking in.
Exactly. And if that resonates with you, you are definitely not alone.
Far from it.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a really fascinating framework. We've got access to the outline for a book called Get This: How to Fit into Society When You Are an Alien from an Alternative Universe, a practical guide for Aquarians and Other Starseeds.
Wow, that's quite a title.
Isn't it? So our mission today is to really distill the most impactful insights from this blueprint, kind of offer a roadmap for anyone who feels like an outsider, maybe a visionary, or just someone whose inner world operates on a slightly different frequency.
Sounds intriguing.
The book, well, the outline anyway, describes it as an earnest, witty, and philosophically rich guide for those very people.
Hmm.
Visionaries, rebels, mystics, futurists, outsiders.
The ones who feel out of place.
Right. And it promises to blend practical advice with mythic metaphor. Basically, it aims to be both a survival manual and a spiritual map for what it calls integration without assimilation.
And that phrase, integration without assimilation, that's really the core of it, isn't it? It shapes the whole tone.
It seems like it.
Yeah, the outline suggests it's personal, poetic, spiritually grounded, but also like systems aware and even lightly irreverent.
I like that combination.
Me too. Compassionate, lucid, ironic, but never cynical. You can sort of feel the influence of thinkers like Alan Watts, Camus, Ursula Le Guin, Ram Dass.
Some heavy hitters there.
Definitely. But it's crucial, as the outline stresses, that terms like alien, alternative universe, Aquarian, starseed, they're being used archetypally.
Okay, so not literally like little green men.
Exactly. Not dogmatically. It's
No.
describing a psychological orientation,
Mm.
a particular way of seeing and being in the world, not a claim about literal origins.
That distinction is so important. It makes it much more relatable, I think. So what does it really mean then to be an alien in this specific context?
Yeah.
And why do you think this idea resonates so much with people who feel that sense of difference?
Well, the feeling itself is pretty universal, that sense of not quite fitting.
Yeah, and the book's proposed introduction, The Alien's Dilemma, apparently dives right into that core feeling. But instead of just saying, yeah, it's tough, it offers this powerful reframe.
Must read.
It says, you're not broken, you're early,
Ooh, I like that. That shifts everything.
doesn't it? It moves it from a personal failing to maybe foresight or just being ahead of the curve. And then it introduces this blend of practical mysticism and grounded rebellion.
Practical mysticism and grounded rebellion. Okay, unpack that a bit.
It suggests your unique perspective isn't just for, like, quiet contemplation. It's for conscious, impactful action in the world.
Right, so it connects inner reality to outer action. And that seems to lead directly into Chapter 1, Decoding Earth Culture 101. The key insight there from the outline seems to be observing without absorbing.
Observing without absorbing. Tell me more about that.
Well, it's not just about recognizing social norms, hierarchies, or what the book calls status games.
Right, we all kind of see those.
But this chapter guides you on how to witness these systems without internalizing them, without letting them define you or diminish your unique view. It's like a practical tool for keeping your inner sovereignty intact.
Okay, like watching the river flow without getting swept away by the current. Seeing the illusion of normalcy, as it says, without getting stuck in it.
Precisely. And that ability to observe the external then sets you up for the internal work in Chapter 2. The problem isn't you, but also it kind of is.
Huh. I love that title. It suggests complexity. How does it reconcile that? The problem isn't us, but somehow it is.
Yeah, it's nuanced. The brilliance, I think, is in its call to integrate your shadow and own your weird.
Own your weird, yeah.
It acknowledges that while society might make you feel like the problem, part of the journey is embracing all of yourself, even the unconventional bits. And it helps distinguish genuine exile, being pushed out from chosen solitude.
Ah, the difference between being lonely and choosing to be alone for growth.
Exactly. Chosen solitude as an empowering act. So the key takeaway is radical self-acceptance and taking responsibility for your inner world, giving yourself permission to be who you are.
Okay, so once we've kind of embraced that unique position, the book helps pinpoint it more. Chapter 3. Mapping your origin coordinates sounds fascinating, using cosmological metaphors for psychological orientation.
Right. Again, not literal space
Yeah,
travel.
oh, I get that now.
Uh-huh.
So what are some of these archetypes it mentions? How do they help you identify your psychological home base?
It offers these intriguing typologies like an internal compass. Are you maybe the visionary Aquarian, future-focused, innovative,
Possible.
or perhaps the empathic Piscian, navigating deep emotional currents? Then there are categories like system breakers, challenging the status quo, system builders, creating new things, mystics connecting to deeper truths, rebels defying convention, and bridges connecting different worlds or ideas.
Wow, that's a rich set of possibilities.
Yeah, and they're not meant as rigid boxes, but as tools. Tools to understand your wiring, your strengths, maybe your purpose. It gives language to that feeling you've always had but couldn't quite name.
So as you're listening, it's worth thinking about which of those might resonate with you, which universe feels like your psychological origin. That self-knowledge could be really powerful.
Definitely. And once you start mapping that inner landscape, the book shifts into very practical application with Chapter 4, Building a Functional Disguise.
Okay, functional disguise. That sounds potentially problematic. Is it about being fake?
The outline suggests not. The core idea is understanding costumes, roles, and masks, how to play the game without becoming the game. It's strategic,
Strategic navigation, okay.
and it emphasizes language calibration, how to talk so Earthlings can hear you, bridging that communication gap.
Oh, I know that feeling. Trying to explain something you're passionate about and just seeing blank stares.
Right. It's about translation. And it also frames emotional fluency as a survival tool. Understanding and navigating human emotions, even if they feel a bit foreign sometimes, is crucial.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not about mimicking, but understanding. So building on that, Chapter 5, Cultivating Conscious Camouflage. How does that differ from the disguise?
It seems deeper. This chapter introduces the art of invisibility.
Ooh, intriguing, like knowing when to speak up and when to blend in.
Exactly. Knowing when to reveal your true self and when to strategically retreat or blend. It's about maintaining your integrity while operating within systems that might not totally align with your values.
The tightrope walk.
Yeah. The core principle here is be in the world, not of it. It offers techniques for being present and engaged without losing your essence or getting tangled in draining dynamics. Strategic participation, strong energetic boundaries, finding safety without compromise.
That sounds incredibly useful. And once you've got that down, maybe it's easier to find your people. Which leads to Chapter 6, Creating Microclimates of Belonging.
Yes, and it's presented as an active process, not waiting to be found.
Right, you don't just stumble upon your tribe usually. So what are the tips for building your pod?
The insight is that you actively build your pod tribe resonant beings. It offers strategies for creating intentional spaces, physical or virtual, even co-creating new myths or shared understandings within those groups.
So community building, essentially.
Exactly. And it acknowledges the nuances of digital versus physical belonging today. The main message is, belonging isn't passive. You cultivate it by seeking out and nurturing connections with those who genuinely get your frequency.
That's really empowering, the idea that you can consciously craft your social world. And that helps combat the overwhelm, I imagine, by giving you these frameworks.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's pivot to some specific challenges. Chapter 7, Love, Sex, and Relationships as an Alien. This gets personal. How does it approach intimacy with Earthlings when you might operate on alien logic?
Yeah, this sounds like a really insightful chapter. The core idea seems to be honoring both your unique logic and the emotional landscape of others, building bridges.
So empathy and communication are key, even if the starting points differ.
Right, recognizing needs might differ, expression might differ, but the connection is possible. And it introduces mythic eros.
Mythic eros, what's that about?
It seems to be about relationships that go beyond just the physical or mundane, tapping into deeper spiritual connection. Relationships as a path for growth and soul evolution. It also touches on energetic boundaries and sacred sexuality within that context.
Wow, that adds a whole other layer to relationships. Okay, moving to something very grounded. Chapter 8, Surviving Capitalism Without Selling Your Soul.
Yes, the big one for many. Jobs, money, mission.
Especially if you feel out of step with typical corporate culture. This is a huge pain point for so many people. What are these starseed strategies it mentions?
This sounds incredibly practical, but still deep. The central insight is how to participate without surrendering your sovereignty.
Okay, how?
It offers these starseed strategies for ethical embodiment in late-stage empire. Essentially, finding ways to engage with the economic system, career, money, business, without ditching your core values or losing your sense of purpose.
So it's not necessarily about dropping out completely.
Doesn't sound like it. More about finding aligned work, cultivating financial independence is freedom, being conscious about where your energy goes in the marketplace, strategic engagement, making difference from within, perhaps.
Finding that balance between being financially okay and spiritually aligned. That's powerful. Then there's Chapter 9, Emissary Protocols. Sounds official.
Huh, yeah. It's about influence, basically. How to seed new ideas without being crucified.
Important skill. So what are the insights on ethical influence, transmitting higher values? And this phrase, staying soft while doing hard things.
This chapter seems focused on effective impact. The core idea is that your unique view has value, but how you share it is crucial. It's about ethical influence, persuasion, transmitting values with nuance and compassion, not force.
Right, not just shouting into the void.
Exactly. And staying soft while doing hard things, that suggests advocating for big change, challenging norms, but doing it with an open heart, non-confrontationally. Being a bridge builder, communicating vision in a way that resonates and inspires, not alienates.
What strikes me throughout this outline is that consistent weaving of the deep, philosophical, spiritual stuff with really grounded, practical advice for everyday life. It's the why and the how.
Absolutely. It connects the dots beautifully.
And it all seems to build towards the conclusion in Chapter 10, Transmitting Home Frequencies. This sounds like the culmination, becoming a lighthouse.
Yeah, turning alienation into art, systems into stories.
Okay, what does it mean by frequency work? And preparing the earth for what's next.
This final chapter feels like a call to purpose. The core insight is your unique perspective isn't a burden, it's a gift to share. Becoming a lighthouse means consciously radiating your authentic self, your insights.
Shining your light, basically.
Right. Turning your personal journey into something creative and impactful. Art, stories, new systems. Frequency work seems to mean consciously cultivating and emitting your unique energy, attracting resonance, contributing to a collective shift.
So your legacy isn't just what you do, but the energy you bring.
Exactly. The energetic imprint you leave, helping prepare the ground for whatever future is emerging.
So, thinking about all this,
Yeah.
what does it mean for you listening right now? This deep dive into the book's outline, it offers a really robust framework if you identify with feeling different. It gives you tools not just to cope, but actually to thrive and contribute your unique gifts.
It really reframes the whole experience. It leads to that important question. How might fully embracing your distinct perspective, rather than trying to hide it, unlock your most authentic contributions? How might it let you truly flourish?
We've really unpacked a comprehensive guide here, or the blueprint for one, designed for anyone feeling like an alien on Earth, offering these profound, practical strategies for integration without assimilation.
And the running thing is that feeling alien isn't a flaw, is it? It's a unique lens, a powerful perspective to be understood, accepted, and leveraged for growth, personal and collective.
Absolutely. So as you reflect on our conversation today, consider not just how you might fit in, but maybe what unique frequency you are here to transmit. How might this whole idea of starseeds, used archetypally, empower you to fully embrace your own extraordinary journey and share your unique light?